Anime Talk. My name's Tom Blight. Joining me today, Ciaran Henriques.
We're not doing Anime Talk because you know what? There's so much shit we got to talk about.
Also, here's actually.
Here's my question.
What's a man with a chainsaw in his hand and a chainsaw in his leg? Chainsaw is his willy too.
He doesn't.
No, that would be
his hands in his head, but it's no. We got a whole bunch of other stuff. We've got flooding. We've got COVID. We've got Ash's PAX related adventures.
Here's my question though to kick off the show. Yeah. Did you flee PAX so you didn't have to pay for Dylan's merch?
Yeah, motherfucker. You literally, you're like, we record the Audio Technica thing, right?
You can find it at the arcade couch.
This was at like 4 o'clock on a Sunday.
You're like, I'm leaving.
Had it sort out a time.
Me and Ash walked down the other end. I'm like, that motherfucker didn't buy me my merch.
You think it's right. It's not on me to chase Dylan to buy merch.
I told you what I wanted. I told you had to go buy me a thing from that thing.
A thing from that thing.
I went and looked. Ash and me went and looked for the Cult of the Lamb t-shirt or hoodie. There was nothing there.
Yeah, they sold out day one.
They sold out day one. They didn't.
There was
restock.
like massive monster shirts.
I tweeted at them. Didn't get any response. You know, I thought it's not. I try. I put more effort into doing that for you than you did.
Yeah, you should.
Why should I? No.
I told you what I wanted.
Yes, and I tried to make it happen. Tough shit, it didn't happen. I've got to do it. I
just want to clarify. You're not out of buying something.
Out of the woods. Now the entire internet's opened up. Yeah, he'll actually get a Bayonetta piece of merch.
I was going to say, if he still likes Bayonetta for what it is, then...
It's an arcade couch.
Then, yeah, no, I don't... I'm not trying to bail out and back out of it. I was just like, by 4 p.m. on the Sunday, I was kind of done with PAX for the year. I was kind of like, I just want to be at home.
You're like, oh, there's no AAA games here. There's no point being here.
I don't know about that one.
Is that?
But, no, I was kind of done. My social battery had run out. My social battery had run out like
Friday,
Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Like I was just like
there's too many people.
So that's why I spent Saturday night just chilling by myself, relaxing in the hotel room. I didn't even eat food that night because I couldn't be fucked walking because my feet hurt that bad.
Uber,
but. I did. You know what? I looked at Uber. I wanted pizza. I looked at pizza prices. It was going to cost me like $25 just for the pizza before I even ordered sides or anything. And I was like,
was it good pizza or like shitty Domino's?
No, it was like Domino's.
Mediocre Domino's. Sorry, I don't want to ruin our chances of a midi Domino's sponsorship.
Domino's sponsorship. Yeah, but no. My thing is, and what I was leading into is, I want to hear about Ashley Hobley's Wacky Wild Night because these motherfuckers wandered into our hotel room and. Had to have been 1:30. No, this was the... No, this was the night before.
Sunday night, it was way later than
Saturday night was
Saturday
night was calm. I had Buddy come and sit down next to me and start showing me TikToks at 1:30 in the morning.
No.
That was... Yeah, but...
Saturday night was fine. Me and Buddy went and hung out with the well-played team. Nice boys. Really great guys over there. Well played.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Sunday night, we went, I guess we accidentally went hard. You're like, so after...
How to describe every night of that 3 or 4 day period?
Pretty much.
Went hard.
So obviously we went, we were there at PAX. We shot all the content. And then me and Buddy went our separate ways to Dylan and Cherie to have dinner plans. Me and Buddy went back to the hotel. We ended up watching the Grand Prix. Whichever one it was.
The Singapore Grand Prix. Yeah.
Singapore.
No, it was Japan. No, it might have been Japan.
It was Japan. I don't know.
Yeah,
it had a weird finish where,
yeah,
Max
it was a very
Verstappen
strange Grand Prix.
Crowned the champion, although nobody believed it at the time. So yeah, we went out and had ramen. Good times. I think maybe Dylan Cherie, one of you texted, hey, do you want to catch up for a quiet drink to end the night?
We said it when we were separating. We were like, let's catch up. We're going to go have dumplings. I just love calling them dumps because it sounds horrible.
No, that does sound... You coordinated doing it at the same time? Yeah.
It's just fun. Have some good dumps.
You get clogged up over the weekends.
There's some good dumps. It's good. It's good dumps. There, we had some good dumps.
You had a lot of dumps.
Had a lot of dumps. We had a lot of dumps.
Like several plates worth of dumps.
We dumps together. But before that, when we was leaving, before we dropped you, like was walking to the hotel, like with yous, we're organizing it then. We were saying, let's catch up after. We're gonna go eat. I'll message you when we're done, sort of thing.
Yeah. So we decide the gamer bar. Easy GG. GG easy. That's the correct.
GG easy. Somebody who's clearly never typed that into an all chat in a multiplayer game before.
No, absolutely not.
Speaking. Yep.
Easy, good game. That's what I say.
No, it's nothing to do with Barjo and Hakes. It is.
No, don't. Like, it was an easy, good game.
Continue.
Like,
just continue.
Anyway,
just
continue.
carry on. Just carry on. We're stuck in the week.
So we meet over there. You know, we're having a quiet drink. Eventually, you know, Ciaran Bruges from Press Start and formerly of Well Played, comes, hangs out at the bar.
Well, I thought you were trying to make friends with Well Played.
I was gonna say, holy shit!
I was about to say, do you want to explain why he ran down in such a fuss?
Who?
Ciaran.
Oh, Ciaran.
He ran across the street in such a fluster simply because
So
I pointed out. You want to explain this story?
There's a drink at a drink that we at
Did you forget this
bar?
bottle?
Yes, I forgot the gamer bar. Did get the gamer bar called Butterbeer.
Yeah.
But he didn't know what it was from.
Right. He offers. So he offers. He goes.
sense.
Here,
He
try.
offers-
He,
yeah.
he tries. He offers it to me. Here, try this. I'm about to order a drink. He's like, here, have this. I'm like, I'm not drinking that transphobic shit.
Oh my god! Fucking hell!
He goes, what?
What?
I'm like, it's from Harry Potter. Is it? I'm like, it's butterbeer. It's literally the main drink in Harry Potter. And then we look at the menu of drinks. I said, who the fuck do you think that was? Literally a drawing of Harry Potter next to the drink. Oh, I just thought that was some nerd.
Wait, can you not drink it just because it's related to Harry Potter?
No, I could have. I was just memeing.
No, we're just memeing, you
I was
know.
just memeing.
And they were very good. You know, they were very nice drinks,
It's
you know. Just
delicious.
rename them. Yeah, very good. You know, we make many more jokes about Buddy. It's the images on the menu.
He had no idea who any of them were. There were all these gaming references and pop culture jokes, and I think he recognized like one of them. They literally had a drink that was called, I can't remember, like it was a Star Wars one, like it was fucking
Blue milk. Uncle Owen's blue milk.
Uncle Owen's Blue, right? Has a picture of fucking Luke Skywalker
Luke
there.
Skywalker.
He goes, oh, I thought that was
Owen Wilson.
I thought it was Owen Wilson.
Wow.
I'm like,
No,
it is
just far too
Luke
straight.
fucking Skywalker, dude.
On top, it's even worse that he can't recognize Mark Hamill.
It was young Luke.
It was a
drawing of
cartoonish
young Luke.
picture.
It was cartoon,
Oh, okay.
but still.
Okay.
And what was there was a Dark Souls.
There was a Dark Souls Praise the Someone. He's like, oh, I recognize this one. I recognize this one. This one's Skyrim. Dark Souls, buddy. Demon Souls, whatever. Like any Souls game. Not even close.
Yeah, so good times. So then Mitch comes along at some point during the night, who Buddy and Ciaran had met up with earlier in the week. You know, I think he's Mitchy John on every social platform. So we start drinking. You guys leave at some point.
Yep. I have a couple
Yep,
of
you
drinks.
know, being responsible adults,
Time
like,
to go home, yep.
yeah. So we just, you know, stay around, have a few more
And
drinks.
to be fair, I
We
want
stop-
to point something out before you continue. Me and Cherie leave. We're walking down the street. I'm like, I don't think Ash will be there much longer. He looked like he was ready to go home. Me and Cherie agree. Like,
Listen,
yeah. I was like, Ash looked tired. The entire time we're there, he's just like on his phone, like you can tell, like, you
no,
can
it's
tell he was
more-
fucking tired.
It's not so much tired. It's just I'm not good in those situations where the music is very loud and I can't hear the conversation.
I was gonna say, what was the atmosphere in Gamer Bar that night?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't crazy
wasn't
like
too
it
bad?
was
It
like
wasn't-
the earlier in the
yeah,
week.
Okay. It wasn't.
You know,
like,
I
absolutely
think all the
raging.
gamers have been tired out. There was
Right,
like a couple of faces I recognized that would like walk past and that kind of stuff.
I'm just saying, you
Buddy
look
made a
fucking
bunch
tired.
of friends at the bar. That's just how I look. Yeah, so Ciaran and Mitch and Buddy start getting on the Suntory 196s, which is like a lemonade drink with a 6%.
I want to point something out again. He's talking about this drink like it's some insane thing he's never heard of. I literally buy these things from BWS up the street and I drink them at home sometimes.
They're
He's like,
super rare. Never seen them before in my life.
I can get them 5 minutes up the
delicacy
road,
here in Melbourne.
Yeah. No, he's talking about them like they're crazy. I'm like, I drink these things. Like I buy them sometimes. Like, just to...
Yeah. So we're staying there. We're drinking, having a good time, chatting up. At some point, Mitch is trying to get his friend Serena to come. I don't know who that is, but whatever. He's very happy about it though. Gets very excited when she agrees to come. So she shows up. Very nice woman. This is about probably like 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. So we're still going, chatting, having fun. Serena's making her way around the room because she's knows a bunch of people. And then at some point, a decision is made while they close down half the bar at one point because they start to clean that side of the room. And at that point, they're like, "Hey, let's go." I guess somebody else made the decision. We're going to the casino. So we make our way over the casino, walking all the way over. We haven't been me and Buddy haven't been introduced to Serena at this point either. I want to point that out. That's quite amusing. We don't get introduced to her much later in the night. So we make our way over to the casino. We head over to like the sports bar. I think we've been over at Crown. And I realized this afterwards. The Generosity team are there. Like after their big stream, obviously they're coming down from the end of their night. They're all chatting up over at a table. Me and Buddy is like standing in the middle, watching Liverpool play because it's that time of the morning. In a tragic game that we got terribly robbed. And this guy comes along, Carl. Super, very nice. No, apparently he does a podcast or did a podcast, and through his podcast, apparently he was able to worm his way into getting to E3. He and his partner both applied at one point when they were very small. He says his numbers were like very, very small. Like 8 viewers he would joke about. But his white co-host they both applied, his white co-host got approved. But Carl didn't. So then he's like, it looks a bit sketchy, that you approved my white co-host and not me, a multicultural figure. So he was quickly approved. So, he tells the whole story of going to E3 and that kind of stuff. Turns out we were talking to The Lyrical this entire time. A music artist who performed at PAX over the weekend. So we're having a good time. We're chatting. We're talking about where we live. He used to live near where Buddy lives at the moment. He also used to work at a JB. He wrote music about that. At some point, Buddy's like, "Is your podcast called Game Train?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "I've listened to your podcast. I'm one of those 8 viewers." And then, it's getting late. It looks like their team some of their members are starting to leave and that kind of stuff. So a guy comes over to like get Lyrical to go say goodbye to a bunch of people. It's Callan from Game Train. He looks at Buddy, he's like, "Are you Buddy Watson?" And he looks at me and says, "You Ashley? Like, we met him like 5 years ago." And like the first PAX is hysterical. So yeah, that was a good time. Then we, Ciaran and that all start chatting up. Serena's there. And then this tall African dude comes across and starts chatting us up. He looks at Serena's leg and she's got a Final Fantasy tattoo on her leg of Cloud Strife. So he's like, he wants to start talking about Final Fantasy. Ciaran, favorite franchise, Final Fantasy. This guy just rips into Ciaran this entire time, like making fun of everything. This guy super loves Final Fantasy X. That's his favorite one.
It's a good game.
Big fan.
It's a good game.
It's a top tier game.
There's like volleyball in it or something, right? Yeah.
Blitzball, but it's fine.
Ciaran asks him what he thinks of Final Fantasy X too.
Terrible
hates
game.
it.
This is a terrible game.
Ooh,
he hates
really
it.
bad.
He hates it because he doesn't believe that Yuna would turn into a pop star.
That's incorrect take.
It kind of doesn't make much sense.
It's an incorrect take, though.
He is very upset about this and makes this point for the next half an hour, explaining why this was a terrible thing. If in a perfect world, Yuna would have married Titus and become his housewife or whatever. Mind you, I know nothing about Final Fantasy.
What? She's like a spiritual lead. Sorry, it's like if like the Dalai Lama saved the world and then settled down with somebody and just became...
There was a lot of... As the night went on, there were a lot of clues as to the character of this person that we've met.
Okay.
You know, especially as he started to drink more. You know, he started making comments about it. No, Buddy asked him where he's from and that kind of stuff. And apparently he was from the Congo. His family had to flee the country because they were housing rebels at some point. Apparently he comes from a very rich family and that kind of stuff. Whatever. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, then at some point he starts going off about South Korean and Chinese people. They should respect what the Japanese have done for their culture and how important the Japanese people are to the rest of Asia. It's like gets very weird. And then, you know, he starts talking to Serena and like getting a bit handsy and that kind of stuff. She introduces herself with like a fake name. You know, she's picked up very quickly. This guy is not someone she wants to meet for very long. But though the others are kind of very buzzed at this point and a little bit oblivious, even to the point where Mitch is like, did she just use a fake name? Quite loud.
Oh my god.
Just
fucking hell.
So yeah, at one point he goes, and then I think the last interaction we had with him was like, there was another woman sitting over at a bar by herself of Middle Eastern descent. Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to go over there and tell that woman she looks like Mia Khalifa. And then, and then he walked over. And then her male partner came over. And we're like, this is the moment we're going to go to another part of the casino. So yeah, that was fun times. We spent another... At this point, by the time we leave the casino, it is 5:30 in the morning. Mind you, Ciaran is like, I need to be up at 6 o'clock to work for Press Start. Shannon's... I need to be on call for Shannon in case he needs to be writing anything. No, that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, we made our way back to our hotel. One other random scary thing. We're walking through the casino. We're going through like the main exit where like I don't know, you pull up your cars in front of the casino and drop the customers off. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, still quite dark. There is an old lady in a wheelchair, like sat there all by herself. I asked, you know, should we be concerned that there's just this random old lady in a wheelchair in the middle of nowhere? No concern. We just kept walking.
She's just doing her thing. Why do you just... She's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Maybe she was getting picked up or whatever. Yeah, so we go back to the hotel. I call it at 5:30 in the morning.
That's pretty early. It's pretty early, 5:30. I think
yeah,
you are pulling the ripcord way too early.
Mind you, we do need to check out of our hotel at 10 o'clock. Buddy's like, no, I'm going to keep going. We're going to go get McDonald's. I'm like, good luck with that. And yeah, that was the end of my night. But Buddy, Ciaran, Mitch, and Serena went to get McDonald's. McDonald's was closed. What kind of city is Melbourne where every McDonald's in the city isn't a 24 McDonald's?
Probably
Am I right?
Because it's a McDonald's in a city. But like a real city, not Brisbane.
It's kind of unacceptable. But yeah. Apparently Buddy went to Kieran's house and like hung out and watched Vines before he came back to the hotel at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
And then, I woke him up at 9:30 and we got out of the hotel at 10. So yeah, that's... and we just
like
wandered
two
around the
points.
city.
One related to this story, one totally not, but kind of. One, I found it very funny when I saw Twitter the next morning. A, I was very happy I was home and in my own bed and I'd slept like really well that night. B, seeing them hanging out with Serena, and I knew neither of them fucking knew who she was.
Nope.
Serena is a fairly large Australian CSGO player with, like, a really decent and successful Twitch following. And I, like, watched her kind of regularly throughout my Twitch viewing years. So, to see these two fuckers just hanging out, I was like, it's just a...
It's a weird world, yeah.
It's just an odd world. Second thing I want to say,
the
hotel room that Ashley and me stayed into is the sketchiest hotel room I think I've ever stayed in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a refurbished office building or something. I don't know.
I don't know. My main, like, it was small for 3 people. It was really cheap. So let's not complain. We did not pay good price for this. We paid about $400 each for the 4 days we stayed.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Which is easy. My biggest gripe with it is, you know what? I'm not a small guy. I'm a fairly, I'm a well-built, big-boned boy. I had to go into our shower sideways while holding my breath.
I just want to point out,
Like, that
you'll
is-
willingly give this out on the Worldwide podcast. No one bullied you into this. That's
No, 100% willing. No, 100% willing. Because it wasn't a regular size shower door that I was going in sideways. If it was that, I'd probably feel a bit self-conscious and maybe question life decisions and, a whole thing. This was like half of a shower door. Like, your regular shower door, just cut that shit in half. It's like the letterbox version of shower doors. And it just felt super sketchy. We'll say, easier to get out of because you're a bit lubed up with the water. It just kind of, like, slides back out. But dry could be a bit sketchy. But, yeah.
Took many a layer of skin.
Yeah, it was...
it was pretty bad. I don't know what else. I don't know how they could fix it, but they should.
They 100% should, or have some kind of if you're husky, probably don't get this hotel room.
I mean, even if you're skinny, I think it's a bit of a struggle. Even if you're skinny, you'd have to go in sideways. There's no way you could go in straight into that shower.
wow.
But yeah,
Dylan got COVID again,
which is crazy. Out of all the people, all five of us that in a circle, went to PAX, Dylan got COVID.
I'm of the assumption. Surely I caught it on the plane back.
Most likely, that sounds like it makes. Especially when you got symptoms on the Wednesday, right?
First symptoms showed up late Wednesday. Feeling start to
there's like
really
several days incubation, right, before you don't get any symptoms.
It's like 2 or 3 days.
Although,
so
one other thing we should point out before anything: have you been boosted at all, Dylan?
No. No.
I think I'm just fourth one.
You're just your base.
I'm
base COVID.
I'm 2. Now there is several reasons for that, which is that obviously I had like those all those issues that eventually divulged into.
Check out every single episode of Kick Out Between the Cushions
for my health updates. I was having like all those health issues, and it really made me not want to do it for a while. And then I actually booked it in at some stage, like a couple, and I couldn't get it for 3 months anyway because I had COVID initially, so I had to wait 3 months. Eventually, when I could get it, and I felt comfortable going to get it, I booked in to get it, and then I got like the flu. So I had like a really bad cough for like, I don't know, like it felt like 3 weeks there. Like I was just consistently had like a bad cough. And I was all worried that if I went to get it, I would just be like, like something that'd be like, you've got to do your PCR. And I'd be like, I don't want to do it fucking. So then I was like, fuck it. I was like, I kept putting it off and I was like, no, I'll just do it when I get back. Like once that over. And then I didn't get to manage to do it before PAX. I was like, I'll do it when I get back from PAX, totally. And then I come back, get COVID. I'm like, okay, I'll do it in 3 months. By the time I'll be able to get my actual booster, there'll be like 6 shots available. I'll just be like, fucking stick them all in at once. Bang,
Just give me the multi-shot.
Give me the multi-shot. So yeah, I mean, I had COVID again. I will say it wasn't.
Was it better or worse?
I won't say it was bad. I'll just say it was less
terrible.
Less terrible. I feel like I haven't got my booster, but what I have had is COVID before. So that's its own sort of booster, natural booster, I feel.
It is. It gives you 3 months. Like, it's like you buy like a subscription service and you get 3 months free with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, it was the thing that I found the problem is like, so I got COVID right as they've got rid of this mandatory whatever you call it here. So you don't have to stay at home for 5 days anymore. That's gone. So I get it right as that's in. Which has led to a few interesting conversations I've had at work this week, which is, so Monday, this past Monday, or you're listening to this on Monday. So last Monday, because I stayed home sick with COVID. I tested positive Friday, so I was home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I tested negative on Tuesday, the 5th day. I tested negative. But I I tested Monday because I was feeling like good enough to go to work because I was supposed to go to work Monday. And I actually wanted to because I was fucking bored. I was like, I want to go back to work because I'd just come off a week off for PAX anyway. So I was like, I'm ready to go back to work sort of thing. And I only came back for one day, Thursday, before I went off sick again. So I literally had time off for PAX, went back to work Thursday, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm sick. Like, I'm off for another week. But the thing was, Monday I was feeling totally fine, but I tested and I was still showing positive. I'm like, well, I'm not going to work. I know technically I can because there's no rules, but I was like, I'm not doing that. And I was talking to other people at work where I said, if someone came to my work and they showed up, like someone I work with, and they were like, look, I got a mask on. I did test positive this morning, but like I feel good. I got a mask. I'd be like, nah, I'd be pissed off. Like I put it out straight. I was like, I'll be pissed off at anyone who does that. I understand. This is the problem though, especially if you're a casual worker. Like you're fucked. Like that's the thing. You got no sick pay, and that's the problem. But it is like it puts everyone in a precarious position where I'm like, I'm going to get really annoyed if people start coming to work because it is not work. Like, imagine I come back to work early, a day earlier, because I feel totally fine with COVID, and then 2 other people end up having to take time off because I decided to come back a day early. It's like, why is it worth it? Like, I don't understand why it's not worth it. Just fab 2 more people up. Fucking ridiculous. So, anyway, that's my COVID update rant. Ciaran, your house is still like staying where it is. You're not like flooded down.
Yeah, no, my house has been fine.
There's no arcs around your house, or?
Pardon? There's no arcs? No, we're good.
No, don't have 2 of every single animal come around?
Not yet. I've got 3 Great Danes and a couple cats and some fish. Let's stick with that.
If you had to pick one that you couldn't keep...
Why is he laughing? He's like, as he said it, he just starts laughing at himself. Fuck it.
That was dark.
Yeah.
The fish would be going straight away. But anyway.
They can survive, though. That's true.
They can survive, exactly.
Unless it's saltwater, then, you know.
No. They're freshwater fish. So they're
so,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, they got it. No, so yeah, regional Victoria's had a fair amount of flooding. We had, like, last week we had definitely days of, like, 70 mil of rain a day, which kind of fucking sucked. Okay, over the weekend, the word of the street was there wasn't going to be a street, it was going to be a river. And it was like, okay, that's pretty pog. That's pretty cool. But my house was really fine. Like, I live out of town now, and, you know, the downside is my internet fucking sucks. Upside, protected from flooding quite well. We've got 3 channels surrounding our street, so in our area, ours was the street that was completely fine. The rest of the streets around us were fairly well flooded. So I literally was just bunkered in the house from when I got home from work Friday night through till today. Was everything cleared up today, and I was able to go to work today. It was it's been kind of crazy. It was very surreal for me, I guess, because I didn't see much of the flooding other than what was going on social media. What was happening around me was not, not visible unless I left the house or had to go somewhere or had to, when we were, walking the dogs and stuff like that. That was about it. So it's very surreal from my point of view. I think Shepparton was going through a very, pretty extreme, like to the point where lots of people were evacuated to our showgrounds where there was like a tent city and lots of caravans and stuff people had brought out. And, yeah, it was intense. Like there was definitely very high flooding and very, I think the unlucky thing about Shepparton is 3 different rivers converge in Shepparton. So water just comes downstream and it just goes full fucking blur and everything just goes, we can't handle it. So, the funny thing was, and I think we haven't done it between the cushions since
the last between the cushions was we recorded it at PAX, me and Ash.
Yeah, that's right. So, since then, my tire fiascos. I was feeling sorry for myself. Yep. Yeah, I haven't talked about it. I lost another tire.
Almost like karma came down after your fleeing PAX, not paying for Dylan's merch.
Literally, on the way home. It was on the way home from PAX. On the way home from PAX, I was like, man, feeling pretty good. Sunday, I'm excited to go home. Hit a pothole. Side the road. I'm like, fuck my life. Lying on the side of the road, jacking up my car. And swapping the wheel off and everything. And then took way longer because I could only go 80 k's on the freeway. It was kind of rough. But, so yeah, got that sorted. I will say, significantly, I don't feel as bad anymore. I do feel as bad that I had to spend the money. I had to spend another $1,000 roughly to get a new fucking wheel and tire put on my car. as a whole, though, don't feel as bad because you drive
The hole
down
doesn't
the
feel
freeways.
bad at all. So just to clarify,
Pardon?
the hole doesn't feel bad at all.
The whole no, the holes are fucking going into business for themselves in wrestling talk, right? There has been a number of times where like I've had people call me and be like, "Hey, Ciaran, just so you know, just so you don't feel bad, I've just driven past a pothole and there's fucking 6 cars on the side of the road all swapping their tires." Like, because of all this rain we're having, the potholes in regional Greater Shepparton are getting so fucking bad. They are just taking cars out left and right. There are just potholes with like 6 or 7 cars just changing tires because potholes. So I'm like, oh my god, it's not just me. I'm part of. And like, I was literally, when I went to take my tire in to replace it, I was talking to the guy about it, and another guy comes in and he's like, "Oh, I just fucking popped a tire in a pothole on the way back from Melbourne," and I was like, "Yeah, fucking yes!" Like, it's just felt very vindicative and very. I felt very targeted when I first did it. Again, I was like, "This is my 3rd new tire."
Yeah.
No, it's like my 4th. No, it's the 4th new tire and 2nd wheel I've had to buy in the space of like 4 months. So yeah, you know.
Yeah. So Victorian elections are coming up at the end of the year, right?
Yeah. So if
you want to get elected,
actually,
like run on a platform of fixing potholes.
What is 100% impressive is going back on the road last day or so with my car. So many of the potholes in my area have been filled in. Like, Greater Shepparton
With your
Council.
fucking wheels, it sounds like.
No, they've been filled in.
All the wheels have been, all the tires have been repurposed.
All the tires have been, 100%.
It melt down the tire of the wheel or whatever, and the rubber and the
my
tire.
god, just, melted in. Yeah, I should get a plaque put in the road, in loving memory of tire number 3 for.
Which tire was it?
Front right.
Okay, no. That wasn't one that I checked at the airport, so.
No, it wasn't. These fuckers... Actually, two minor things that I just remembered. I had multiple people check my fucking tyres when they saw my car. You fucking bastards. I think Dylan did it to me when I picked him up in Melbourne a couple weeks ago. I think we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Ashley did it to me again. But I will say both Ashley and Buddy redeemed themselves by losing their shit when I started my car as we were walking up to it. And we had a friend of the show, Kat Benson, with us. She lost her mind.
Love short stack. Yeah.
Fuck short stack. You know what? You've just ruined. I was like, damn, I miss Kat. I miss hanging out with Kat. And then you mentioned short stack, and I'm like, oh, I don't miss that at all.
Yep. But yeah, she was there witnessing that while we were going crazy.
She was very
completely
confused. She was very, very confused.
Which made it better. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, crazy PAX period. Crazy arcade couch between the cushions.
My final question before, Dylan says the final line. What happened to the TikToks?
I think they're in the back of my car still. I don't know.
So not only did you buy my shirt, but you ran off of Buddy's TikToks like a fucking thief in the night.
This is not my fault. No. The TikToks are
the
not
shirt's
my
not my fault. The TikTok's not my fault.
No. Buddy had the TikToks. Buddy was eating the TikToks. We were all eating the TikToks and telling the time with the TikToks. And then he just fucking left him in my car. I can't force him.
Because we thought we were going back to the car.
I can't force him to take him. Fucking take him with you. We go to a hotel room. Have him for a snack when you wake up at 9:30 and you need to get out of the hotel room by 10, But no, fucker just left him in the back of my car. So, yep.
Wow.
That one is a ridiculous. That one to me,
Victim blaming.
Even if I had the TikToks, that one's a fucking done deal. I fucking crossed off that one, and I crossed off the pizza bet in the same.
Pizza bet you did.
Oh man, that was the most disgusting pizza I think I've ever.
That was the worst fucking
depressing pizza. Saddest pizza.
Your pizza compared to my pizza, which I
yours with had double cheese, yeah.
Yeah, I specifically got extra cheese on to make up for Dylan's lack of lactose. And yeah,
you say it like I'm choosing.
Horrible.
You say it like, look at this pizza you're choosing to partake in. This is a terrible decision you're making. I'm like, this is not a choice I chose for myself.
Mate,
this is
take the
I
L.
can choose.
Just take the L and sit on the toilet for the rest of the night. I would do that.
No, you wouldn't. Once you experience that sort of acid pain, you would not. Let's record Arcade Couch.